Hey everybody, welcome to the Interlude, the series where I show you guys things that I am doing between and around the other games that I play. Today we're taking a look at Eufloria, specifically Eufloria HD. Eufloria is a very beautiful and interesting game that I originally caught wind of when I picked it up in one of the very early Humble Bundles, perhaps even the first one. And a couple of years after that, the devs behind the game put out Eufloria HD, which is, as far as I understood it to be, was kind of a redo of the game, kind of like the HD remaster style, maybe some balancing tweaks, things like that. I put a little bit of time into the original Eufloria, really enjoyed it, but it didn't really have a ton of substance for me at the time. I don't think much has changed, but it's a very enjoyable and almost meditative experience. I'd like to share it with you guys. Let's go ahead and play. Go ahead and play in story mode. And it's going to teach us how to play is what it's letting me know. So I actually have not put any time into Eufloria HD. So you guys are going to be seeing the tutorial along with me and seeing how the game works, which is pretty fantastic. So we'll go ahead and play the level Green Shoots. So welcome to Eufloria. As you can see, we have a planet here. The idea is that it's supposed to be, again, a very relaxed game. You can even change the difficulty to be everything from relaxed to fast and furious. It kind of depends on you. So the game's going to teach us a little bit how to play. We're going to grow a colony of tree-like planets. Think The Little Prince. There's going to be, let's see if we can, I believe I can zoom out. Yes, there we go. So there's my colony. I have my little seedling right here that the growers have gifted me. And I'm going to use that seedling to expand my colony, to expand my influence. It's a very, think real-time strategy game and, like, fleet movement almost, without being that, really in-depth. I have to think a lot and make a lot of buildings and things like that. It's really more simple. Zooming in and out, we can move our camera around, click on an asteroid to select it, gives me some details. This is Tivitil, has no trees, so you can see that there's a potential for one. Has one seedling. You can see this one's unknown, I haven't even been there yet. Time to go on to the next asteroid. So they're going to teach me how to do so. Seedlings can be sent to another asteroid by activating send mode. There are different ways to do this. You may use whichever you prefer. Seedlings can only be sent within your colony's range, which is highlighted in send mode. So this is a little bit new for me. Hold left mouse button and drag from your seedling's asteroid to a targeted asteroid and let go of the mouse button. The green arrow will connect the two asteroids and the target asteroid will be surrounded by a large green circle. Click on the target asteroid again to send your seedlings. This is a little bit different from what I was originally used to, a little different style. We're going to click and we're going to drag and we're going to say, I want you to go there. And it's going to say, this is how many guys we're going to send. We're going to send okay. A little bit different selection style than it was the last time I did it. And you'll notice that, there's more asteroids. Click on asteroid, click on send. The asteroid will be highlighted in green. Click on target asteroid, green arrow will connect the two. Click on the target asteroid again to send your seedlings. So, select the new asteroid. Select new asteroid. Press thing. I don't. So, send. There. Okay. So, my seedling should move on. Notice that we have more seedlings. Now we have 3. We have 3 seedlings. So we want to gather 10. Now, this is not the main concept of the game that we're messing with right now. You'll notice that, yes, we're collecting seedlings, but this is not the way that we're going to be doing this. And haha, we have tons! All of a sudden, it's like I have a swarm of mosquitoes at my beck and call. To add this asteroid to your colony, you must plant a Dyson tree. Dyson trees are used to grow new seedlings. Plant a Dyson tree by clicking on a tree icon. 10 seedlings are used to plant the tree. Dyson trees are unable to shed new seedlings on asteroids populated by over 40 seedlings. So keep watch over your colony. You must plant trees and empty asteroids to expand said colony. So I get to press this button, and it will plant a tree for me. 10 seedlings we planted, and that tree will grow. I have exactly 10 seedlings. Doing so is going to get rid of all of my seedlings. We have this really fantastic look as all of my seedlings begin to plant themselves. And then we get this lovely little animation where the tree slowly grows, and we get to zoom in, see it happen, and it makes more seedlings for me. And that is the kind of extent of what Eufloria really asks you to do in a major way when it comes to building. There are a couple different Dyson Trees you can actually make, which happen in further levels, and there is a little bit of pseudo-army management as you decide where you want to send your seedlings. Oh, it's going to make me do this. Woohoo, we got a save menu, we got a menu. So I can see what the level goal is. What do we want to do? Find your brothers and sisters, then plant a tree. The game is a lot more slow-paced than it was once upon a time. It feels a little bit different than the original, and not necessarily in a bad way either. I believe I just completed the game. Completed the level. We've grown new seedlings enough to take us to the next area, which is fantastic. We will do the growers proud. I do hope so. I so want to make them proud of me. Change my team color if I wish. Select the seedling above the main menu or level selector. I'm completely fine with being blue. See, we could be all these colors. Oh, we could be random. Randomize. But I like my blue. Let's go ahead and press 2 and we'll go. So, expansions. Time for us to help grow the colony as the mother tree. We will be guided. We're not the mother tree. The mother tree is the mother tree. Explore this minor belt and establish new colonies. So we want to go over there, so I'm immediately gonna click, drag. Before we can play at faster, slow pace. If you want to play faster, the game speed can be changed once the mother tree is finished speaking to you. Slide the speed control to the top left of the screen to speed up or slow down the game. Change it whenever we so will. I'm okay with playing on a more slow speed. So we're just gonna send guys. Do I get to choose how many I send, or is it a send all? I used to remember you had this option to not send them all, and you could kind of say I want this many. You know, I want just these ones. But apparently that's no longer an option. We got 10 seedlings. Let's send them off. And so this is where we get to kind of do a couple things, where we get to kind of really build up a base of operations. While these 10 seedlings fly through space onto this new planet, where we are going to create a new Dyson tree. The original Dyson tree back here is going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to make seedlings for us. It's not going to stop. Now, you'll notice the difference between these two planets, which I was actually about to start talking about. The asteroids have different strengths and weaknesses. They determine the abilities of trees and seedlings grown on them. So you'll notice that Etro 2123 well, never mind, they're going to explain it right now. An asteroid's core energy is defined by the quality of its resources, which are displayed on the info panel. This is stuff right over here. An asteroid's energy, strength, and speed determines their seedling's attributes. Energy affects health and ability to sap the asteroid core. The strength determines attack power, and the speed allows fast travel and aids in avoiding enemy defenses. Attributes also determine both seedling and tree appearance. You notice the appearance changes depending on what the predominant attribute is. So back here, Poranir is a major strength one. So these seedlings are going to be very strong, and they're going to be very good at fighting. On the other hand, Etro2123_X's is going to be very energy-based. They're going to be very good at bombarding cores, and this is actually rather important at a point, and we're going to see very quickly why as soon as I have about 10 seedlings here. What I don't know is what that 81 means. Now keep in mind, if I had enough seedlings here, I would be able to get myself another tree, potentially. I don't know, there used to be a thing that would tell you how many trees it can support. That may be what that icon right there is, that these guys can support but one tree at a time. We're going to find out. So we're going to wait patiently. Let's go ahead and speed up time real quick. We have our 10 seedlings. I can tell these just go here, because I very specifically want my strength seedlings to be the ones that go on to this next planet. Now, if I was really in direct control, I would be able to say that no, seedlings, I want you to be going as a group together. I could send them off just to this one planet to do that, but unfortunately, it is not quite that easy to do. So let's see what happens. On our new planet, is there anything going on here? So this is a very speed-based planet. We're going to go ahead and just settle our tree right there, and all of a sudden, would you look at that, we have 3 planets. We have learned how to grow new trees and add asteroids to our colony. Can we zoom out? Look, we can zoom out. We have even more to look at. The map is fairly large, and I kind of like this about Eufloria, that there's things to do. It's a very meditative experience, and that you can, you have this really soft, enjoyable background glow. The music is more ambient than anything, and it's just enjoyable to just sit here and watch things move around. You either pull back and watch as your little midge colony goes, or zoom in and watch as these guys fly through space to a new asteroid over here. So generally, just stuff to do. We're waiting for these guys to come in. You notice that this one only has a score of 64, which I believe is indicative of the total score here. Notice that these guys, this thing's huge. It's big. It's a big tree. It makes lots of guys at once. Check that out. Yeah, new one just got spawned. So back here on this planet, we actually have 13 seedlings. I've been setting them off at 10. But we indeed have 13 back here. Over here, we got 7. Up here, we have 6. And up here, we have a lonely 2. But that's fine. That's fine. We're just going to send you guys out here. It's gonna take a bit. But we have 15 seedlings to go and do the job. We're going to send our little scout guys over here, too. Because I want to know what's over there before I actually reach it. Because Eufloria does have kind of, like, enemies that you'll have to deal with every once in a while. I love watching them bounce off. Thud. It's amusing to me. I don't know why. Don't ask me why I like watching my seedlings hit things with their heads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do swarm strategy. Now, this is not always a good idea, and in fact, the game will punish you later on for trying this very same strategy. But there is kind of a swarm strategy that you can do by just sending all of your seedlings. Only so many seedlings are actually allowed to hang out at any one time. Yeah, they can all be here. I could have 300 seedlings here, but if I do, the trees on this planet will no longer be happy with me. Notice this planet is 92, whereas this one was 81, because I think it has much grander stats. This is going to be a much more powerful planet. Thank you, little seedling. The resources are welcome, and the asteroid's fertile. Wonderful. I will let you explore further. Was that the level? Am I done? Dyson Trees are unable to shed new seedlings and asteroids already populated by 40 or more. Take care not to overcrowd your asteroids. The info panel seedling counter is green if there's room for more seedlings to grow on the asteroid. The Eufloropedia. So all of a sudden we get to the concept of grays. So there was a colony somewhere here, and bad things have occurred. Now you'll notice that this one, this has two trees. You also notice that we have a fairly balanced set. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all 45 of our seedlings and we're going to go explore and see what we can find. We have a fairly strong set of seedlings here and we can get stuff done. So we're not going to be able to see this planet until we get pretty close. And I don't really want to bother too much. So let's talk about the asteroids can support up to 2. We're going to go ahead and double plant here. We are temporarily going to lose a vast majority of our seedlings here. Well, not necessarily vast majority. We started out with 45, now we're down to 25, so we didn't lose that much. But we're gonna let our seedlings do their thing. We can zoom in. We get to watch the roots wind their way down. So we didn't lose an incredible amount, but did lose some. So we're not exactly the force teeming with life that we once were. Gradually gonna move our troops up. Look at this. Look at these new asteroids. These guys are gonna be the very speedy little bastards. These guys are going to be more strength. They're going to be a little bit slower. These are the battleships of our group right here. We're just going to move our guys up, and we're gradually making our way out, I guess, to that asteroid on the very edge. We're detecting strange signals from the asteroid below. The Mother Tree would like you to send a scout. Okay. It's possible to scout an asteroid with a single seedling. This allows you to see information on the asteroid and any nearby enemies. Activate send mode and select a target. Send a scout by clicking on the ×1 or by clicking on the target with the right mouse button. Scouting is a great way to quickly explore nearby asteroids without leaving your colony defenseless, which is really important. Right click. Oh, I accidentally said 2. Whoops. What is happening? Oh, we're being attacked. This is what gets interesting. So these are the grays. And You'll notice that they're attacking me with laser beams. When seedlings are sent to an enemy asteroid, they attack its trees, which redden when damaged. The trees recover given time, but if a tree is destroyed, then the seedlings will try to overpower the asteroid's core. Should the core be taken, the asteroid will be added to their colony. Your asteroids glow with a red alert signal when being invaded. Seedlings will defend their asteroid from enemy invasions. So this is where more of the, not as much strategy comes into play. In most cases, because usually swarm strat is going to be enough with Eufloria to get things done. But things become a little bit more interesting because you have kind of a choice between, do you want to focus on a speedy scout, or do you want to focus on the strength, which that's what strength does. It's the little combat here. So you'll notice, we have a lot of shooting going on. Strength decides that it also strength also helps fight against trees, destroy the trees. You notice they did a little bit of damage to my brand new tree here. We didn't lose either one, thankfully, but there was damage. So strength size that. Look, they're getting ready to come again. So we gotta be ready. So we need to develop a bigger army. We gotta be ready for these guys. So we're gonna get ourselves up a fair amount. We know that they have 14 enemies there. We know that because I scouted them. I want to see if we can maybe... No, we can't go there because we don't have a range, unfortunately. So we will patiently allow our seedlings to catch up to us. And with 35 seedlings to their 15, I think it is time to send the invasion. Go forth, my little ones, and destroy. So if we zoom in, we get a watch as they fight each other. You can see each of the seedlings is slightly different. You can see them dive bombing. Really awesome animations. I really enjoy watching that. And you can see as they attack, as they defend. We are going to be losing some guys. Unfortunately, it's going to happen, but you can check this. You can see enemies versus us. You can see as we gradually destroy the tree, and then we dive bomb down the tree's roots in a very interesting manner to attack the core. You can watch that's its health that's going down as we keep on attacking that core, and all of a sudden, it's ours. This is now our asteroid. So now what we want to do is we want to gradually take over here. You notice the enemies are attacking. We do have more enemies from other places that are attacking us, which is obnoxious. There we go. They're going to try to attack, and it's very, very easy, having attacked this planet, to have other enemies just come back and take it right back from me. So I'm going to have to stop that. And on very early missions like this one, considering that there's only one way to attack any given planet, this one planet I just took, this Asmodal, or however you want to pronounce that, this planet is very much a front lines, and I can kind of push that front line forwards, and all of a sudden I have 30 seedlings waiting on this planet with me. And it makes it very easy to just hold the planet and hold the line. But on future levels, the game gradually does get harder as you go through, and all of a sudden it won't be so easy anymore. You'll have planets that can be attacked from multiple angles, and you're going to have to decide, am I going to, do that front line management? How do I hold my line? It becomes a lot less, front planet than it does front force. There's a little scout who's going to be going to check out this planet. Chances are he's going to get ripped to shreds, unfortunately, so we're going to send some help. See if we can save him. We got really, really speedy little guys here. We may have lost our man, unfortunately, but there's only 4 seedlings here. This tree is going to produce a fair amount. You can even see when they come out. But you can also see that our seedlings are like these epic level jerks that blast the growing seedlings out of the sky before they can do anything. And then we're going to take over this core. Mother Trees decide to reward our efforts. You can now choose how many seedlings and other asteroids. Now this is things get a little bit more interesting. You can choose how many seedlings to send to asteroids. While in send mode, use the left mouse button to adjust the green radial dial overlaid on the target asteroid. It can be useful to leave some seedlings behind to protect your colony. So swarm mode is an option, and the game kind of teaches you swarm mode first, foremost, and potentially always. But there's also something to be said for not sending everything forwards, especially, as I said, when you get to later on levels where multiple planets can attack multiple areas. Then you're going to kind of want to push that line forwards, watch your flanks, because the computer can be especially devious, especially when we get to later on levels, because there's going to be a lot of different ways to attack enemies. There's not just the single seedling, as you can see here. There's going to be reasons to send the scouts and see what you're looking at, see how many enemies there are, because you may have the cloud of gnats that you can see on this planet right here. I know you can't see my mouse button, unfortunately, but you can see where I've selected. And you have your little cloud of gnats like this, where you're going to have to deal with that. And it's not going to be me always with 55 seedlings going, har, 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 I win. Sometimes they will have the gigantic seedling amounts that we will have to then deal with somehow. It sometimes happens just like that. Let's see if we can show this off so I can change the radial dial, decide how many of my guys are going to show up. But we want to send the entire group because there's very little that we're going to find on this particular planet that's going to worry me overly much, especially when it's an empty planet just like it is now. And I believe that should be this campaign map completed kind of as soon as we take over this. There we go. You fought off the gray sickness, but so many precious seedlings have perished. What is this terrible disease that has taken root? The growers depend on us for new colonies. We must find out more, or they may not return. If you find Eufloria difficult or too fast, you can choose to play in a relaxed manner. Select playstyle from options on the main menu. Well, that's going to be it for me, guys. There is plenty more to do. There is story mode. There's more along the story. We also have skirmish arenas that you get to. These are standalone levels. You do have to unlock them, I believe, by playing through the story mode. And there's an extra mode that I've never even seen. So there's very cool stuff. There's artifacts to unlock. I don't know how you get these or even what they do. But I think they're part of the HD that I never saw. There's also achievements, of course. I don't think I unlocked any so far. But then again, I haven't actually done much. I've only been playing for 20 minutes. It's enjoyable. It's a little bit meditative in a very, really wonderful way. I rather enjoy this game just for the simple fun of sending my little seedlings off and watching them laser each other. It's an amazing experience. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I encourage you to click the link in the description and go support the devs. Buy Eufloria. It's typically pretty cheap, and it is profoundly enjoyable. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.